So shout outs to Lovely T because I don't want to say this is a response to her but I seen a video and yes, I am a tea sipper. I'm a happily admitted tea sipper. I love Lovely T. I love her content. I think she's a beautiful woman, and if I ever met her in high school and she ever looked like that, I'd definitely try to go and holler at her, like real talk. But besides the point, okay. I want to talk about a video that she did that I seen coming a mile of fucking way. So, for those who don't know, I watch battle rap, and I've always said battle rap is the closest thing to Shakespeare that us as a black community have. I love battle rap, from the good and the bad. There are things that I feel like um, in battle rap that I feel like is really good, and I feel like there are things in battle rap I feel like that's really bad. Luckily, this the things are really bad. I feel like the people that are in battle rap take care of it, and it really gets nipped in the butt. Um, Hence the restore order that Sway Seven has been doing because niggas do be going too far. Let's just be real. A lot of people say it's battle rap and niggas be going too far. Yeah, niggas be going too far. And honestly, and I've always said this: to be a battle rapper, you got to have the patience of Gandhi because niggas will try you. And let's just talk about what she. It was this video, and I don't know this rapper name, and like even though she done talked about it, she ain't really bring his name up. I seen the battle, or at least I seen that round he was talking about. Now the whole round was like how his baby was pretty and his the opponent's baby was a dark skinned ugly baby from a dark and all that other stuff. And like long story short, he said some of the most disrespectful shit you could ever say to a person. Now I'm not here to defend it because Lovely T, she saw that she was disgusted and she went off on the battle rap community. Now, let me start by saying, well, yeah, let me start by saying, she should suppose. I feel like with that whole round that he written, you're supposed to be, you're supposed to feel that way. And I'm not defending. I don't want to see it as defended, but there's a lot of things you just can't defend. But there's a lot of things where you just look at it. I feel like that was written for you to feel some type of way. Now, if you looked at the dude when he was going through it, it didn't phase him at all. He just sat there. Matter of fact, half of the time he was laughing at it. But Lovely T, she did like she said her jaw was on the floor. Like other people was talking about crying and all that other stuff. And it didn't make it any better because dude was like he made a response on IG Live and he was like cursing everybody out. Fuck you. He was telling people fuck you, suck my dick, and all that. I can't be colorist. I'm black. All that other stuff. And here's where here's my opinion on it. Like I said, battle rap is like I said the next thing. This like the purest form of Shakespeare, which means it's like you get a lot of stuff coming from some people's battle rap. Like you get the best out of people, you get the worst out of people, you get some of the most creative, and then you get some of the most horrific shit that come out of there. In my opinion, when I saw that video, I've heard worse. If anybody's seen Arsenal versus Mr. Fab, I think that shit was like really fucking disrespectful. And to me, nothing comes close to Arsenal and that. And Arsenal and like let's be real, Arsenal is Mr. Disrespectful. Like if you see that battle with him and T Top, you would understand. But you really want to know disrespect, that battle between him and Mr. Fab. That's another battle. It's just like yo, like any other nigga would have probably punched him. And Arsenal said that if you a real type of nigga, you would have snuffed him. But Mr. Fab just stood there. Matter of fact, he was smiling. He was just chilling. He was cool. Now, this is where why I say why I say it's like the purest form of Shakespeare. A lot of stuff, and I want people to. Can see she understands it, but she just don't like it. And to me, it's just like not everything is to be liked. And I feel like since a lot of people say men don't, excuse me, a lot of men, like they say men are emotionless or you don't have a lot of emotion or whatever stuff. I've heard a lot of passion coming through battle rap, like with some people. Like the one off the top of my head is Sway Seven's third round with Danny Myers. You claim to be the king of Harlem. How dare you? Like Danny, excuse me. Danny Myers was from Cali. Like he's from Cali, and Space Seven's from Harlem, and you don't go around telling like he's going around telling people the Cali dude. He was going around telling people I'm the king of Harlem. So you could tell that rhyme. Like Sway Seven made sure he was going to kill him on that round. So like you claim you the king of Harlem. How dare you? Well, next thing that pop up is Loaded Lux. If you ever look at Loaded Lux round, that's like Loaded Lux versus Calico. That's a classic round, and that's what honestly a lot of people. That's where most people got into battle rap, in my opinion. That's where a lot of people really, really, really got into battle rap if they ever saw Loaded Lux versus Calico. Um, Another one, Daylight versus Oops. Like if you ever seen Daylight versus Oops, that's a very, very passionate round. Like that's like those two. Those are the type of rounds that will make you cry. Yeah, so I don't know how often Lovely Cheese watch battle rap because she seems that because it because because if you seen that, you will obviously seen other stuff. So as much disrespectful shit I could bring up, there's a lot of good things that come in battle rap. Sometimes a lot of people don't really try to go the disrespectful route. They'll try to beat you lyrically and all that other stuff. But there are people like Arsenal, but Arsenal could do both. But Arsenal's stigma is Mr. Disrespectful. So and I guess once if you watch battle rap enough, you're just numb to it. But to me, I feel like that's where a lot of your emotions and some of these things you're going to hear, you're not going to like. Um, and as far as like the dude, even if he didn't have a daughter, because the guy he was battling don't even have a daughter, don't even have kids. And a lot of people is like, how can you just stand there? It's just one, he's getting paid for it, and there's people tell you one, he's getting paid for it. So if he like fights it now, some people is like the money's not worth it. They'll fight you like, but this is where I'm getting at. A lot of people like they getting paid for. He was getting paid for it, so as long as he got his rounds, he was just going to give his rounds. And a lot of people don't really focus on other people's rounds too. And I want people to understand this. You can write it in the contract. It's like, oh, you can't talk about this. You can't because a lot of people, when it comes to battle rap, it's like, all right, what are things you can't talk about, and they'll put that in the contract. Like Goods, for example, he said you can't talk about his daughter. He don't like people. He don't like that because he probably feels like Lovey T. He's like, you can't that energy. I don't want that energy brought to my daughter. It's like I'm real cautious about his daughter and all that other stuff. A lot of people put that in the contract. You can't do that or you lose money. Um, there are people like so you gotta understand like some people do have their limits. Like I know, and I'm bringing up Sway Seven again. I don't know why I put Sway Seven is like the perfect. Like his man PH died, and it was Team Hami versus the Goonies. Sway Seven, Team Hami, and uh, Jack Boy Main and Ryder. It was the Goonies and all that other stuff, and they had a rest in peace PH line. Now I don't think it was disrespectful to PH, if I remember, but Sway Seven snapped anyway. That was his man. Now a lot of people was like, I expected that because that's your man, 100 grand and all that other stuff. And I feel like Sway Seven would do the same if someone had talked about because I believe he has a daughter or something like that. But I feel like a lot of people feel that way if you talk about their kids. Like Goods, if you just said that to Goods, Goods would have snuffed you because Goods has done that. I can't remember the nigga that he rapped against, but he's a blogger. He sometimes blog, but but Goods done punched him. Um Goods done punched him. A lot of people, like my man Rum Nitty, he was battling New Jersey Twerk, and he punched um New Jersey Twerk. Oh, his name is Gems. Goods punched the dude named Gems, and he's like he hit him with a two piece. It was another person that was Rum Nitty. He lost his moms and all that other stuff. And New Jersey had a verse about his mom, and he just stopped. It like pushed him, and I thought he was gonna snuff him, but his whole mindset was like, um, it was really fucked up. He couldn't even finish the battle because he was so angry. A lot of people try to use that to get under your skin. That's why I say if you're in battle rap, you need the patience of Gandhi. But yes, a lot of people do toe the line. Um, do I dig it? But like I said, but this is why I say it's the form. It's like it's one of the purest forms of Shakespeare. Like battle rap is one of the purest forms of Shakespeare. Shakespeare wrote a lot of plays that not favorable to women. If you really like broke it down, my teacher broke it down. A lot of his plays is like based on is always the women's faults, and if you really look at some of his stories, a lot of things blame women. It's like Shakespeare hated women because she was. I remember Lovey T talk about. I feel like like she feel like other races doesn't really like degrade their women like that and all that other stuff. And now, I'm not saying she's not dumb or nothing because she's obviously a intelligent woman, but I've read a lot of like Shakespeare, like the first person to come in because Shakespeare actually not really hated women, and then Alfred Hitchcock is another one. Like he always murdered women in his stories and all that other stuff. There's a lot of I think the problem is it's just like, and I always say this with the black community, and this is the problem with the black community. Our shit is like always out there and out there in front. Like this shit is not low key. And then it's also what I agree with Lovely T. Like it seems like if you don't like dark skinned women, you let people know. Oh no, I don't fuck with the dark skinned women. If you don't like gays, it's just like I don't like them gay ass niggas. Like niggas just like blurt this out. Like we have to let you know we don't like you and all that other stuff. Or it's just like if you're not a fan of him, you gotta keep it moving. Nah, it's just like we like walk up to your face and say I don't fuck with you, which is just to me is just one of the most asinine things. Because if I'm minding my own business and someone walk up to me just like, nigga, you a pussy, I don't fuck with you. It's just like, then why are you over here? But to me, that's just like I feel like there are a lot of things that black people, you know. Uh, So I hope I'm not rambling when I say this because I don't know if Lovely T ever going to see this, but if she do. It's not for her. I'm not. I don't even think I want her to go. Now I understand and all that other stuff. I feel like you should always feel that because I've always. But at the same time, there are. I feel like there are battle rappers that have like don't really go that way. There's people like the Saga. There's more Christian battle rap. There's someone like B Dot. Like if you look at B Dot's round, I think it was his third round versus Denny Myers. He was uplifting black women and all that other stuff. If you look at Innocent Kennedy, he doesn't really go there. There's a lot of Christian battle rappers that go through there. So I just like I'm not expecting her to go through every battle rap, but I just want you to know there are some good, there are some bad. Shit does get disrespectful, and it's mostly on the. And I've noticed this. This is mostly on the not really known leagues. That's probably why not a lot of people talk about it because the league they were on, I'm pretty sure I didn't know about, and not a lot of people know about. I know there was one out here in the DMV where someone put the picture out in their daughter and they spit on it and all that other stuff. Like that shit was disrespectful too. And there was people, and lo and behold, there was people talking about it. It was just like, nah, you can't really be doing that shit. That shit is violating. There are people like that's literally going into people's pockets, like Shotgun shit does the pocket check, but you don't really go into people's pocket. There's a battle rapper that will literally go in your pocket and take your shit out, and I feel like that's like crossing the line of disrespectful. So, but like I said, Shakes, a lot of those battle rappers are characters. Now, let's talk about this battle rapper in per se. I don't know his battle rap name, but I want to talk about him per se. Um, he did a horrible job explaining it, and that's why I said I don't blame Lovely T for going off like the way she did. But the dude that that was trying to explain it, he did a horrible job of explaining it. Matter of fact, he did the worst thing you can do is like tell people to suck my dick and all that other stuff instead of like you gotta. And I think this is like I've always said I'm bad at explaining shit, but I can also see other people are just bad at explaining shit too. So I'm gonna try my best. But even though I don't really, let's just say I don't support what he does, but I feel like I gotta say something about it. A lot of these dudes, when they come up with these personas, they're like characters. Then really, it's kind of like wrestling. It's like they come up with these monikers and characters of themselves, uh, and they act really out of the box. Like it's their characters like 10 times. But I know some of these dudes probably never held a gun in their life, and it's probably some dude like you could tell a real street dude in battle rap. You could tell a real street nigga for someone that just raps and all that other stuff and just probably does stuff. But as far as he goes, uh, that was I feel like that was him expressing himself. But he was also just like, oh, like I painted an experience that you really done, and and all that other stuff. I think that was just a poor excuse. I felt like there was he could have explained it better, and even like help like explain battle rap in a way. Like to me, like if that was me, I would have said you're not supposed to like it. Like I'd have been like sometimes you got to be honest with people. It's like I wrote that rhyme to get under his skin. Like I don't mean like I because everything he took, it was like everything a dark skinned woman ever felt about his life and all that other stuff. Which, in my opinion, that's why I feel like there was like Lovely T had every reason to go off on her. But as a battle rap rise, that round doesn't work because one, he doesn't have a daughter, and two, none of that shit was towards him. It was towards a daughter that he doesn't have. So it's just like, and to me, I just if I didn't have, honestly, if I was me, if that was me standing over there, he was rapping about a daughter that didn't have, like it wouldn't have phased me either because it didn't, like I said, it didn't look like it phased the other battle rappers, so it probably wouldn't have phased me. And I just feel like that men are like, don't get me wrong, there are women battle rappers, and trust me when I say this, I've heard a lot of really, really, really raunchy shit from female battle rappers. So if you think the men was going at him, like you need to really, really listen to some female battle rappers. Them women, they're ruthless sometimes. Some of them girls are just ruthless. Um, but like I said, is but him saying this battle rap, like he has to go deeper because I don't think because I think and yeah, he didn't really understand like where all the hate was coming from. He was coming from people that doesn't watch battle rap or like barely listen to battle rap. So I felt like he had the perfect opportunity to explain to people that doesn't watch battle rap what he was doing and failed at it. Matter of fact, and it made it worse that he deleted his Instagram for doing that. So in conclusion, like I feel like I'm not defending him per se, but defending battle rap. I feel like in battle rap you get everything from, and I feel like in battle rap you get everything, and this is why I love battle rap. You get all the emotions from men that women say that men aren't like emotional and all that other stuff, and then like I feel like you get all that raw emotion, all that raw passion. Sometimes you get clever wordplay. You get all that um in battle rap, just like you would get out of a Shakespeare play. Because let's be real, like they say the most disrespectful shit, and then they dap up. Like that's battle, and that's why we say, yo, that's battle rap. Like at the end, they're gonna shape up, they're gonna shake their hands, they dap up, they probably gonna smoke whatever and all that. They said all this wild shit, and then just get there. Not a lot of people can do that. Like really, not a lot of people can do that, and this is why I say you need to have. Sometimes you gotta have the patience of Gandhi, and sometimes you just like some people just look at it was like they're doing too much, but it's like what the fuck ever. It's, as far as dark skinned women goes, like I'm gonna just say like I always say, find people that fuck with you. Fuck with people that fuck with you. I think I'm gonna just that's probably gonna be my quote for the year as far as 2020. Fuck with people that fuck with you. They're like I can like Lovey T. She does a lot of things to uplift dark skinned women. I love me some dark skinned women. I always try to uplift the dark skinned women around me, and people. I like anytime I see a beautiful dark skinned woman, I compliment her and all that other stuff. Like try. I always say this: is just fuck with people that fuck with you because there's gonna be, even in our community, there's gonna be people that don't fuck with you. You don't have to pay attention to them. Now, it's not. No, I'm not telling you don't watch it, but it's just like just know they're there, and then just keep it moving. It's like, but I understand like the shit you done is like it could bring some traumatic. It's like some PTSD, some sort of this shit. And I want Lovely T to know you have all the right to react the way you did. I knew, like, soon as I saw that, I knew that where she was going with it and what she was going to do about it. But like, I still feel like I should talk about it myself because I don't want someone like that. That I'm pretty sure nobody still knows his name because I still don't know his name. And I've looked at the battle a couple of times. I don't even know his name. I probably won't even see. You probably won't even see him on URL or Smack and all that other stuff. But to all the dark skinned women that felt like you felt like that touched the nerve, it's okay to feel that way. But also hold your head up high because there are men like trust me when I say this. There are men like me that love a dark skinned woman that thinks you're beautiful. And like I said to Lovely T, if I'd have met you in high school and all that other stuff, I damn sure would have been flirting with you. If I'd have seen you like out there in the streets, I'd have definitely flirted with you. Not to look at you in a sexual way, but just so you know, I do have this appreciation for dark skinned women, and I feel like there are men out there that has the same type of appreciation for dark skinned women, and I feel I don't want us to go unignored. So that's basically it. Um, if Lovely T, if you ever, sorry that this was lengthy. First things first. Sorry that this was lengthy, but I hope, like I said, I'm not saying this to make you feel better, but and all that other stuff, or even to understand. But I did feel some way that it's like I felt like I had to put this video out and all that other stuff. So hold your head up high. All the dark skinned women hold their heads up high, and as always, fuck with people that fuck with you. Um, Let me know what y'all think of this. Until then, my name is Oscino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.